guys, thanks a lot for joining me. Today's review is on this Makeup Forever blush trio, and this is part of that 50 Shades of Grey collection that's come out. It's the Desire Me Cheeky Blush Trio, and I have been sent these by Makeup Forever and have been testing them out. I've got a couple of lip sets and also kind of a combination set. I wanted to start with this blush trio in terms of my reviews because this is what I've been kind of working with the longest. And at the very start, when I just swatched these products with my fingers, I thought they had the most like creamy, wonderful texture, and I was feeling so good about it. But then putting my brush into these, I found that they were far more sheer than I was expecting. I mean, I think they look fairly vibrant just to glance at these blushes, and then you're getting a highlight as well. But I feel like they should, you know, have a decent amount of color payoff, but really I found that they didn't have as much as I was expecting. But just to back it up a little bit and show you what you are getting in this kit, it is the trio of the face products here, and also this cute little bag. This is really adorable. There's a little key and then like a little dog tag looking thing that says Makeup Forever on it. So that's super cute. And you get a little brush. Emphasis on little here because this is really, I think, a very, you know, slim cut for a blush brush. And I didn't totally write it off. I did try it, you know, with these products, and it is tapered down the sides, so it can, you know, potentially grab some product as you kind of lay it flat in these different blushes. But I still found that just in comparison to the size of my cheek, and I got some cheeks to work with here, I felt like it was just way too small. Now, what this did strike me as being really good for was blending out under eye concealer. So that is kind of the way I've used this a few times, is to take my concealer and then kind of pat around it with this angled brush, because that little tip can really get around the inner part of your eye pretty well, but that's beside the point. But I think this blush trio is really designed to give your cheeks some glow. There's a lot of glow out of this highlight, and then each blush is pretty shimmery as well. And I do think you really lose some flexibility with the kind of looks you're gonna get when everything in here is shimmery. Personally, I think it would have been cool if both the blushes were matte, and then you have this glowy highlight, so you have the option of, you know, keeping a matte look or adding shimmer on top. The highlight is swatched right here, and the way that is, I'm not sure if you can quite tell by the lighting, but it has a little bit of like a pinky iridescence to it. And then you've got this kind of berryish blush in the middle, which is coming off extremely soft. This is probably the most faint shade in the trio. And then you've got this really peachy coral shade here on the end, and that seems to be the most pigmented thing of the bunch here. Now, like I was saying, to touch these, to swirl your finger in them, they feel so creamy. So it's really surprising to me that they don't give off a lot of color. When I'm applying these, I have to put my brush back in it so many times. And I did notice that there's not a bunch of like powdery, dusty fallout getting kicked up when I do put my brush into these, but in a way I think that's because there's just not enough color coming off of these blushes, period. I have a couple of demos here. One that I did earlier last week, I was using the pink blush, and you know, it's something that I can sense a pretty glow on my cheeks, but it's just very, very faint. Even though it didn't give me a lot of color at the onset on the application, I was still able to notice that throughout the day. It wasn't like it was just fading immediately. And then today I put on that coral blush, and that is the color of these three that I think has the most pop on the cheeks, and it's got some glow in it as well. So I just applied that, and then I did use a little bit of the highlight as well, just to show you the added sheen that that gives, and I popped that kind of right on top of the cheek. And as the finished result, you know, I think this is a really pretty look. I like kind of mattifying the whole face and then being able to pop those certain areas with some shimmer. But for the price that you're gonna pay for this, I mean, it is a high-end item. There are a few frills, you know, you're getting the little brush, the little bag, and I don't have tons of experience with Makeup Forever products. A lot of their blushes might be great, you know, I just can't say for sure, but this little kit I just thought was kind of disappointing because I would have expected a lot more color payoff from these. And I'm not saying I'm asking for like super bright clown cheeks or anything, but at the same time, I don't think for an item at this price point I should have to keep, you know, going in with my brush over and over and over, building up the color more, and still not feeling like I came off with enough, you know? There are still some more items under this 50 Shades of Grey umbrella from Makeup Forever. Like I said, a couple of lip kits and a combination type kit. So keep an eye out for those reviews coming in the future, either here or on my blog. But thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.